Hey guys, my name is Nexus, and this is Grand Opening, the third entry in the trial contest. As such, the author's name, its place, and final score are being withheld until the end of this video. So, moving on. Okay guys, here's normal, hard, and expert. Alright, so this is Grand Opening. These are the only NPCs in the entire mission. This is an unfinished partial mission. About the only thing that is finished is the architecture of this mission, and it really is a nice looking mission. So I'm not really sure what sort of made the author decide to not finish it. There was still a few days to go before the end of the contest when they turned this in, so that part gets a bit understandable. I'm still honestly not sure why the contest ended 2 months ahead of schedule, at least according to the rules. Unfortunately, the massive thread that would have been about this is gone. It was hosted on the Circle forums, which I don't know when they closed, but they closed a while ago. I think they merged with TTLG forums in, probably in 2001 or so. I think so. That's my impression of it, given the different threads, and where I can see where the news articles link to, and they started linking to the TTLG forums almost right away, but they had their own for a while. But either way, I can't access the old thread, even with the Wayback Machine, which is a fantastic tool for these types of things. So it's very unfortunate. And if you've seen our objectives, you know we've got a loot objective, we've got to steal the trophy, and then get out, and there was one other that's not really important because it's broken completely. But we've got this little gear here. It's not the gala trophy, it is just a gear. Probably just a placeholder. That probably would have been a fake trophy there, maybe the real one. This probably would have been very well guarded. But you can see that all the lights are temporary, which is interesting. I always like to see where people start first, and I love the wallpapers that are being used here. And I like how they're actually like different colors, but the same texture too. I think that's a little bit interesting. Probably want a bit of chandelier here of some kind, just judging by the positioning of that lantern there. More of this texture, which is really a nice texture. I don't know why I don't see it more often. I don't always pay attention to the textures, though. So that checked off our steal the gala trophy, actually. The get out with your life came from the loot. I forgot to look at that. So I don't know why those are tied together. I imagine that was just a temporary thing. Maybe it was just something put in just for submitting it to the contest. We can see here that this is a very nice architecture point. Actually, I like this slightly raised edge. I imagine these would have been hot tubs of some sort. Maybe this was like a natural spring resort of sorts. But I don't know, just overall it just looks like a nice, calming garden to relax in. We have a secret tunnel here that I can only occasionally enter from this side. The water's not quite deep enough to actually get into it from this side. Just a factor of not being able to go down far enough to convince it that you're small enough to enter that entry. So, this is actually it for the interior of the bathhouse that you can get into from here. There is a second part of the bathhouse, but it's out the exit. So, we still have that lovely set piece out front that I think would have been interesting. There's a lot of empty space out here. I'm curious if anything was going to be done with that, or if it was just going to be left as is. But we get into here and we see some, kind of nice torch lighting. We got these nice little colors going on because it's torches against these textures. Makes it look slightly pink. And then we've got the more proper lanterns down here. So this looks like a much bigger part of the mission than the actual bathhouse would have been. So we've got these lovely columns here made of the same material as the outside, which I wouldn't necessarily be okay with. It just seems a little bit out of place to have those two textures do the same thing. And also has the ceiling there, which I imagine was temporary. I think this was just the author's base texture that they were working with. So, this is unfortunately a casualty of the less than a month. Well, I take that back. It was about a month. It was like 2 days more than a month when the contest ended. So, I'm not really sure what exactly caused that. Like I've said, the thread is unavailable. Can't access it. We've got these nice little sewers that don't actually get you to safety. This is actually part of the tunnel to the tubs on the other side of the map. So it's just kind of weird to see all these nice textures and nothing in them. It's not even as unfinished as the Thief 2 Gold stuff was. I'm going to ignore that I'm going to drown, and I will drown and die. Because there's nothing else to this mission to look at. This is actually it. The lack of pretty much anything but the architecture itself and a couple lanterns sort of prevents you from really, doing anything in this mission. So we ended up taking, 5 minutes. Got 200 loot, and I can now announce that the author in question was Brunny, whose real name is Hilda Buxelhud. I can't pronounce that. Might be Buxtahud, actually. Anyway, she received a NR for not rated, which means a 0. Another NR, a 26, an NR, an NR, and an NR. For a final score of 4.3. So, I will see you guys next time. Sorry for the short video.